Whooping cranes, a dance of survival migration, standing tall and proud. The whooping crane truly earns its title as North America's tallest bird, reaching heights of over 5 feet. Their impressive stature is matched by an equally remarkable feat, a migration spanning nearly 600 miles each year. It's not just about covering distance, it's a deeply ingrained behavior passed down through generations, following ancient routes that have shaped their survival for centuries. These birds leave their breeding grounds in Canada and head south to wintering areas in Texas and Florida, a journey fraught with peril and dependent on favorable weather conditions. Historically, this migration was far more extensive, but human activity has dramatically altered the landscape, creating new obstacles and demanding adaptability from these magnificent creatures. For centuries, whooping cranes followed a remarkable journey, an annual migration from their summer breeding grounds, nestled in Canada's vast wetlands, to their wintering haven along the Gulf Coast of Texas. It was a route etched into generations of birds, guiding them across thousands of miles. Sadly, this ancient pathway faced immense challenges as human activity began to reshape the landscape. Widespread habitat destruction, primarily due to draining of marshes for agriculture and development, fragmented their crucial stopover points. Compounding this loss, relentless hunting significantly reduced their numbers. The combination of these factors created a catastrophic situation, pushing the whooping crane population into a devastating bottleneck, a point where their survival hung precariously in the balance. It's fascinating to consider that the incredible journey these whooping cranes undertake isn't simply hardwired into their brains. While instinct certainly plays a role in many animal migrations, for whooping cranes, it's far more complex than that. Young cranes don't automatically know the route. They learn it by following their parents. Think of it like learning to drive. You might have an innate sense of coordination, but you need someone experienced to show you the ropes, point out landmarks, and teach you how to navigate safely. These juvenile cranes are essentially apprentices, observing and mimicking their elders' every move as they fly thousands of miles. This passing down of knowledge from one generation to the next is what we call cultural transmission, a vital element that ensures the survival of this endangered species and highlights just how important parental guidance truly is. To truly secure the whooping crane's future, conservationists went to extraordinary lengths. They pioneered something called experimental flocks, a remarkably innovative approach to re-establishing migration patterns. Imagine this young cranes, just weeks old, being led on their first journey not by their parents, but by airplanes and people in crane costumes. This program, affectionately nicknamed Operation Smart Flock, involved researchers flying aircraft in distinctive V formations to mimic the traditional flight path of adult cranes. Simultaneously, handlers dressed in full-body crane suits walked alongside the chicks, reinforcing the visual cues they needed to follow. The goal: to guide these young birds along new routes, expanding their range significantly beyond just Texas and ensuring a wider distribution for this vulnerable species. The whooping crane's annual migration is a truly remarkable feat of timing and instinct. It's not just about flying south For the winter, it's a carefully orchestrated journey dictated by subtle shifts in their environment. They are incredibly sensitive to changes, paying close attention to temperature as the first frosts appear. That's often an initial trigger. Food availability also plays a huge role. As an omnivorous species, they need access to a reliable supply of berries, seeds, insects, and even small crustaceans along their route. And when those resources start to dwindle, it's another signal to move. And finally, day length, the gradual shortening of daylight hours as autumn approaches, is perhaps one of the most consistent cues for these magnificent birds. It's an intricate combination of factors that guides them thousands of miles each year. The journey isn't just long, it's perilous. Along their migration route, whooping cranes face relentless pressure from predators, a constant threat that demands vigilance and luck. Foxes are a common danger, especially to chicks and vulnerable young cranes. Coyotes also pose a significant risk, often targeting unattended nests or weak individuals. Overhead, bald eagles represent another formidable challenge, capable of snatching smaller cranes right out of the air. Even larger carnivores like wolves and wolverines can prey on them, and incredibly, black bears have been known to raid nests for eggs. This constant danger makes ensuring safe passage a truly significant hurdle for these birds every year. Losses due to predation impact their fragile population. Whooping cranes don't just fly non-stop between their breeding and wintering grounds. They rely on a series of vital stopover locations along the way. These are wetlands, marshes, shallow lakes, and coastal areas that provide crucial feeding and resting opportunities for these long-distance travelers. Unfortunately, many of these critical habitats face increasing pressure. Development is encroaching on wetland edges, draining them for farmland or construction. Runoff from agriculture and industry introduces pollutants into the water, degrading its quality and impacting the food sources whooping cranes depend on. These changes directly affect the health and survival rates of cranes, making these essential stops a degraded habitat simply can't support them. Whooping crane parents demonstrate an extraordinary level of commitment to their chicks. From the moment they hatch, these birds are fiercely guarded against potential threats. Foxes, coyotes, even eagles can pose a risk. The adults will actively defend their young with impressive displays and vocalizations, ensuring their safety. Beyond protection, guiding their offspring through the incredible migration is equally vital. These journeys span thousands of miles, requiring immense knowledge of routes, feeding grounds, and weather patterns. Parents teach these skills to their chicks, step by step, making sure they have what they need to succeed. This deep bond between parent and chick isn't just heartwarming, it's absolutely essential for the survival of this endangered species. Tracking the success of whooping crane migration is absolutely critical to their recovery every year. Scientists meticulously monitor how many cranes complete the journey from wintering grounds in Texas to breeding grounds further north. This return rate isn't just a number, it's a vital indicator of how well our conservation efforts are working. It allows researchers to analyze factors impacting survival, things like habitat quality along the migration route, weather conditions, and disease prevalence. By carefully examining these patterns year after year, we can assess whether current protection measures are sufficient or if adjustments are needed to ensure the crane's continued success. This data-driven approach enables us to adapt our strategies proactively, maximizing the impact of conservation resources. The whooping crane's annual migration is more than just a journey. It's an intricate dance woven into the fabric of North America's ecosystems. Protecting this route isn't solely about ensuring these magnificent birds have places to breed and winter, but also about understanding its profound impact on countless other species. Think of the wetlands along the Mississippi River. The cranes rely on them for vital feeding grounds during their southward flight. These wetlands, in turn, support a complex web of life: fish nurseries, waterfowl habitat, and crucial filtering systems that keep our water clean. Disrupting the crane migration through habitat loss or barriers like highways could have cascading effects throughout this interconnected network. It's a delicate balance. The crane's survival is inextricably linked to the health of these landscapes. Preserving their rote means safeguarding not just one species, but an entire ecosystem and all its inhabitants. It truly represents a remarkable natural phenomenon that deserves our utmost protection.